for any of you guys, what was it like just to see Paige out there and see her playing and just playing a good amount of minutes?
For me, it was really cool because I have never got to play a game with Paige before. So, like, getting to, like, experience that for my first game was really cool.
I think for me, just brought back good memories. Played with her going on 4 years now, but like it's been about 2 years or so that we've been able to play together. So, I mean, it felt good, and she hyped up the crowd as she usually does.
It was, what word am I looking for? It was just really nice to see her out there finally. You know, seeing her in practice has been great, but then seeing her actually in a game, it was like a proud teammate moment, just seeing her out there having fun, hyping up the crowd, doing what she does best.
Leah, what did you think of the ball movement out there today? It seemed like you guys were able to, work for great shots instead of good ones because you moved the ball on a lot of high percentage shots. What did you think about that?
Yeah, I think that everyone was able to contribute, which was great, and it's a good time to utilize that in these type of games. And like, shout out to Southern Connecticut State for coming and competing with us because we were able to work on a lot of things. A lot of people were able to do the little things that will help us in the long run further on in the season.
Azzi, just before Paige went out for the last time, she had that little scrum for the ball, and you could hear the crowd gasp as she goes to the floor. What are you guys thinking when she puts her body on the line again after what she's been through? And do you get worried at all, or are you confident that everything's fine now?
Sometimes, like in the back of my head, I'll be like, what is she doing? Like, don't do that. But she's been working really hard. We all know, like, she is the strongest she's ever been. So, if she goes down against one of those other players, they might be the ones getting her, not her.
Ashlynn, while it wasn't your official debut, but what was it like playing in front of the crowd today and playing your first unofficial college game?
It was really exciting. It was super surreal at the start, like listening to like all of the fans like hype us up as like they're announcing the starting five and like seeing the lights go off, all the like flashlights come on. But it was just so exciting and it was super fun to experience.
Azzi, what did you think of the inside-outside balance that you guys had? You took about 33s, scored a lot inside with paint. Is that kind of the right balance that you guys are looking for?
I think so. I think most of our shots were really good, really open looks. Like you said earlier, our ball movement was great. We're very unselfish today. All of our shots were amazing, and people were bringing it to the hoop, kicking it out. So I think having that kind of balance makes us hard to guard.
Aaliyah, you remember Aubrey before her back problems and the potential and everything, and she looks so free and easy out there today. What do you think she can be this season for you guys?
I think exactly what you saw tonight and even more. Tonight we were able to find her in our transition offense and keep finding her whenever she created an open shot for herself. So I think that Aubrey just continuing to be herself and to continuing to be that offensive and defensive threat is going to help us be successful this season.
Azzi, can you just assess the play of the freshmen today? It seemed they all played pretty hard. It could have gone awry because all four of them were out there at times together, and they played pretty well.
I thought they were great. Kind of like you said, there was a lot of possessions out there. Like when they were out there, and it was all new people. Like Ice is kind of not really a freshman, but she's a freshman on the court. So just having all those new people on the floor, I thought that they did an amazing job, offensively and defensively. I remember my first game, and I thought they did great. Like having, like she said, like the crowd. It's a lot of energy, a lot of nervous energy out there. So they handled it very well.
Azzi or Aaliyah, in the pregame during the intros, there was a point where I was shooting a video, you guys just sitting together, and just the look of joy. And a couple times you looked at each other, like it was like the band was back together again. Can you just talk about that feeling when you were all sitting there looking at each other, getting ready to go out there as a team?
I think it was more the highlight video was clips of us from Europe. So I think it was just bringing back good memories and that big trip that everyone loved. And I think it was just a moment that everyone's like, okay, the season's here and we're ready to compete and we're ready to get started.
for any of you, Coach has talked a lot about wanting to see you guys really dig down on the defensive end of the floor. So going into Wednesday, what do you think the focuses will be on that side of the ball?
I think it'll be focusing on containing our player and a lot of focus on not fouling.
Yeah, he thought you guys had like 20 fouls today. Turns out you only had 8, but
Told us we had 20.
Yeah, he told us we had
20.
switch favorites other teams, so don't let him get away with that.
Okay.
And I called him out for it, so.
Good job. Good job. Thank you.
Is that his main criticism of the fouls that didn't happen? Is that his main criticism of the day?
I mean, it's something he pointed out, which
Yeah.
we all thought that we need to work on, but it's something we do need to work on moving forward. But it's just funny how he exaggerated it by what 12 fouls.
Izzy, there's been a lot of focus on Paige, and understandably so, but you're also coming off an injury-plagued season where you haven't been yourself and you had to struggle through things. You looked really good out there today. Does that mean you're physically where you need to be?
I am, and thank you for saying that. I feel good. Feels good to be brace-free and playing injury-free.
Does that bring out more in you? Do you just believe you can do more because you feel good and you can just play the way you want to and not the way your body's dictating?
100%. I think being healthy, well, one, it makes it easier to just move freely, but also I think that also affects kind of your mental side and your confidence of not having to worry about, getting hit or, getting re-injured. But I think it definitely helps confidence-wise.
For either Azzi or Aaliyah, what does this Caroline bring to the starting lineup, especially now that she's kind of coming back off her injuries last season?
Another shooter. I think I say that because just another threat offensively that we can use to our advantage for the perimeter, and I think it opens up the court for us to get a lot of open shots. And I think throughout the whole game we got a lot of open threes. I mean, Ash was hitting threes, Q, obviously Azzi, but I think that it just helps us with our spacing and helps us be more effective both inside and outside.
Aaliyah, Ice said that she thought she's developing a pretty good chemistry with you right now. Can you just talk about that chemistry and what you've seen in her so far? I mean, obviously she didn't get a chance to really do things yet, but you see a lot in practice that lets you know she's going to have an impact.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get too many minutes together on the court today, but I think that in practice it's going to carry over into the games, and I think that I said this before, we're working on our just our movement off of one another because we both have the skill set to be effective both inside and outside, and it's more about how we can use our spacing effectively and moving it around our guards as well. But I think that, she's very confident and she knows how to put the ball in the hoop, so we're going to see more from her, and I'm excited for you guys to see that too.
Aaliyah, there's a video that just amazing of this little girl dressed as you for Halloween that you met. When you see something like that, do you get the idea of what kind of impact you're having on the lives of little girls, and what does it mean to you?
It means a lot, and I think I tweet about this, you're just playing for something bigger than yourself, and I take that into how I play basketball. We don't have the last names on the back of our jerseys. We have UConn across our chest, and we're playing for UConn. We're playing for those who came before us and those who are soon to come to UConn. So I think that the same concept with the little girl, it was heartwarming. It's so cute, and I'm just grateful and blessed that I can be impacting little girls in the next generation in that way.